Welcome to another edition of SKNIS Week in Review, a weekly program that highlights some of the top stories of the work of the government of St. Kitts and Nevis. I am your presenter, Carissa Franks Benjamin. Coming up, taking the COVID-19 vaccine doesn't mean letting one's guard down, says Prime Minister Harris, and emergency response capabilities enhanced with donation of new ambulance to Ministry of Health. St. Kitts and Nevis implemented its vaccine rollout plan on Monday, February 22, 2021 at the Newtown Dental Clinic during a brief ceremony held as part of the government's national COVID-19 vaccination rollout and awareness campaign launch. Prime Minister Dr. The Honorable Timothy Harris, who was one of the first persons to take the AstraZeneca Oxford University vaccine against the deadly novel coronavirus COVID-19, said that although a vaccine is available, persons should not let their guard down as the virus is still active.
We feel, and we should all feel, proud of the accomplishments to date. And even as we rejoice at this significant watershed moment, the country at large must be reminded it is not over. It is not over until we achieve herd immunity. It is not over until our neighbors achieve herd immunity. Therefore, we must all continue to take the prescriptions given, the wearing of our masks, the hand hygiene, the physical and social distancing. We must take them to heart and abide by them even as we build out.
Prime Minister Harris encouraged others to get vaccinated.
We want, as the Chief Medical Officer says, that everyone should come forward in his or her self-interest and be vaccinated. That way you save not only your life, but you make an effort to save that of your loved ones. So I want to invite everyone. It is also being made available free of cost.
Royal Cabinet, including Deputy Prime Minister the Honorable Sean Richards and Minister of Health et al. The Honorable Akila Byron Nisbet, were among the more than 50 persons to take the COVID-19 vaccine on Monday. Additionally, frontline workers, the Commissioner of Police, Hilroy Brandy, and members of the National COVID-19 Task Force were also vaccinated. St. Kitts and Nevis Red Cross Society, SKNRCS, has partnered with the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, IFRC, and the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, to present the Ministry of Health with a fully equipped ambulance on February 24, 2021 at the JNF General Hospital grounds. Dr. Dolores Stapleton Harris, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, stated that the donation is a critical addition to the fleet of ambulances and will aid in the country's emergency services.
This is indicative of a significant investment by the USAID. As you may well be aware of the cost of a brand new ambulance as well as the cost of a brand new bus. However, the deeper meaning of this investment is the fact that our emergency response capabilities will be greatly enhanced, and it must be accompanied by functional, fully loaded, and technologically advanced vehicles, ambulances, as part of our emergency medical system fleet, as we endeavor to meet the needs of those requiring emergency care.
She expressed appreciation on behalf of the Ministry of Health to the SKNRCS, USAID, and IFRC in receiving such a tangible and generous donation as we advance health care in St. Kitts and Nevis, specifically to our institution-based healthcare system as we continue to build out the emergency medical response in the Federation. Minister of Health, the Honorable Akila Byron Nisbet, also expressed profound thanks to the entities.
On behalf of the Ministry of Health and the Government of St. Kitts and Nevis, I wish to extend my sincere thanks to the United States Agency for International Development for this significant donation. I also wish at this juncture to convey our profound gratitude to the International Federation of Red Cross and to Mr. Hester Rollins and his executive of the St. Kitts and Nevis Red Cross Society for such humanitarian foresight.
She added that their strong collaborative technical support and the overall vital role they played from the conceptualization of the gift, the engaged, enthusiastic discussions, and the persevering actions and engagement with the key stakeholders brought the project to fruition. The coronavirus pandemic has threatened many aspects of human life, and food security is no exception. Through sustainable agriculture, farmers can provide a constant supply of healthy, nutritious food, be it meat or fruits and vegetables, for public consumption. This was made evident on Working for You on Wednesday, February 24th, which focused on the theme Sustainable Agriculture in Challenging Times. Ian Chapman, Crops Program Leader in the Department of Agriculture, had this to say.
The sustainable agricultural support approach to our ministry will ensure and make our food system more productive, and the environmentally benefits of the sustainable and resilient approach that our ministry is now trying to tackle this. Of course, we all know the whole lot of benefits of fruits and vegetables, and I could go into that a little later in my presentation, but coupled to the whole reasons why the whole United Nations would have been addressing or labeling this year to be what's announced as the International Year of Fruits and Vegetables, you could see that lighting that the COVID-19 pandemic has really challenged our farmers and by extension our extension services to provide or find new ways of creating and improve our nutrition and our market opportunities to our people, because we know the COVID-19 pandemic, we need to transform and rebalance the way that food is produced here in the Federation.
He added that the production of local crops and the harvesting of local meats help to eliminate the unhealthy chemicals that are placed on imported food to preserve them until they reach into the consumer's hand. The availability of locally grown food ensures that there is a healthier supply of food to satisfy the citizens' needs for food and nutrition. Additionally, it reduces the fear that citizens may face about the unavailability of food due to the import-export challenges associated with COVID-19. Minister of Culture, the Honorable John L. Powell, has stated that through the Intangible Cultural Heritage ICH project, culture in St. Kitts and Nevis will transcend generations. According to the text of the Convention for the Safeguarding of the Intangible Cultural Heritage, intangible cultural heritage means the practices, representations, expressions, knowledge, skills, as well as the instruments, objects, artifacts, and cultural spaces associated therewith that communities, groups, and in some cases, individuals recognize as part of their cultural heritage. Minister Powell noted that throughout the Federation, there is evidence of mingling and intertwining of various cultures and traditions not only with our Caribbean neighbors like Guyana, the Dominican Republic, and Jamaica, but from international cultures like the Chinese and the Indians.
These non-nationals are practicing their culture, adhering to their principles and traditions in all aspects of their living. In this paradigm, it becomes critically important for us to not only be aware of our own culture and heritage, but for us to continue to live it, practice it, preserve it, and indeed pass it down from generation to generation. If we do not do this, our cultural identity and uniqueness would not only be diluted, but it would gradually become obsolete.
The minister said that as fragile as intangible cultural heritage is, in the face of growing globalization, it is an important factor in maintaining cultural diversity. The Minister of Culture said that an understanding of the ICH in different communities across the Federation helps with intercultural dialogue and encourages mutual respect for other ways of life and living. And that's it for this week's edition of Week in Review. Join us again next week.